Hello, everyone! So today, we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Q. So you guys might be wondering why am I using the backdrop from the 86 Optimus Prime figure or box? Because I completely forgot that it had this, and I figured I might as well use it on my video since my wall isn't that nice, it's just plain white. So anyway, as usual, we will start with the box. So this is a very standard Studio Series box. Of course, it shows Q or Wheeljack here up front, old and wrinkly. We have here his alt mode, which is a licensed Mercedes-Benz. And here up front, it says Studio Series Dark of the Moon, Wheeljack or Q. On the side, a bigger photo of him. At the back, his robot mode versus alt mode. And I just realized this, if you guys can see, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. The gray plastic used here is a dull gray plastic, while the plastic on the photo looks dark and like it's painted like gunmetal dark gray or something. And I might say, first off, that is way better than what we had here. This is just boring plastic. But anyway, not yet done looking at the box. At the back, we show here a scene from the movie, obviously, and a short text. Wheeljack or Q uses his skills as a scientist to create gear for the Autobots. And the other side is just a continuation of the art from the front. So that is it for the box, and let's go straight to the figure. So let's take a closer look again at Q. As you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the gray they used for the plastic, it's unpainted. It's really boring in my opinion, but the face sculpt is nice. Oh, by the way, despite the boring plastic they used, they put a ton of details right there, mechanical details, very in line with the Bayverse Transformers, and I really wish they put some paint in there because it would have looked way better than this. Like his face sculpt has that gold mustache, the bluish hair on the side, and even the eyeglasses you can see there. Now, he is obviously inspired by the look of Albert Einstein, since he is basically like the scientist of the Autobots in the movie. And he has this skirt right here on the side. And right there at the back, it's basically the vehicle mode. Up is like cramped in his back, but it's quite clean in my opinion. Despite having this entire thing as a backpack, it's decent for me. So he comes in with a bunch of accessories, or not bunch, a pair of accessories. A standard blaster, which is used in the same color of plastic as Q, which is really boring. And this stick. this I've this figure has been released for a while now, and I really had no intention of buying him, but someone sold him for a really cheap price, so I had to get him. And I've always wondered what this is. It's just basically a walking stick. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so he can hold all of these through his hands, which have 5mm ports, even though his hands or fingers are open. So for weapon storage, you can actually plug in the gun. So there is a tab right there, and you can tab it here on the port and on the side of the stick. You can tab it any way you want, and the instructions say you can tab it here below the grill of the vehicle mode. So you can tab it right there to store it, or you can store it here on the side, which is basically the storage for the weapon storage in vehicle mode. So it's completely up to you, but I'd rather keep it at the back. Now let's look at articulation. Since visually he's not that good, let's see if his articulation holds up. So his head can look down, can look up, and it can wiggle since it's on a ball joint. The shoulder pads can slightly move. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so they can move the full 360. There is a bicep swivel and also an elbow swivel, since the elbow is on a ball joint. Unfortunately, no wrist swivel again, similar to KSI Widow. No waist swivel, again similar to KSI Widow. The skirt can be lifted up so he can kick forwards that far, backwards just a little bit, but you can move the backpack if you want to mistransform him. That's completely fine. And it can kick, and that's what I hate about ball joints. So they pop out. But that's the first time it happened to me. But since it is a ball joint, it's pretty easy to put back in. So on the side, it can only kick sideways that far. There is a thigh swivel. The knees can bend pretty much 90 if you mistransform the back. Unfortunately, there is no ankle pivot, but I've seen people use a transformation joint here to use as some kind of ankle pivot, which is okay. It just looks really bad. And despite everything I'm saying that this guy is quite bad, he is quite similar to in feel to KSI Widow, which I just did a review on. They're nice to mess around with, to be honest. Despite not being that poseable, this guy, I've got this for almost a week now, less than a week. But he stays at my desk along with KSI Widow. And to be honest, I've mentioned in my KSI Widow video that I am leaning towards buying live action figures as well. This guy is helping the case because despite the lack of proper articulation and the visually inaccurate visuals, I am enjoying messing around with this guy, similar with KSI Widow. So yeah, so let's do size comparisons. So first off, I have here two Dark of the Moon figures. I have Studio Series Sentinel Prime from Dark of the Moon and the Byway version of the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. And as you can see, Q scales really well with them. And the next one will be the one that I just recently reviewed, KSI Widow. And they both look together. They both look together. My English is not Englishing. They both look good together and scales really well. And again, for some generic size comparison, I have here Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. So here we have Q in his alt mode, which is a licensed Mercedes-Benz E550, if I had that correctly. I forgot that. I'm not sure if that's the correct one. But again, it is a licensed Mercedes-Benz, and you can see the Mercedes-Benz logo is right there up front, and it is beautiful. So a picture of the actual Mercedes-Benz E550 will be posted here. And as you can see, it's very accurate to the actual car that it's based off of. And again, this is the best part about it, is this basically the alt mode, similar with KSI Widow. It's very clean. My only issue is this: it just looks it doesn't match the entire blue, the entirety of the car being blue, and then there's just like some random gray stuff underneath the smokestacks. But completely fine. Oh yeah, it is E550. There, you can see E550. I got it correct. So anyway, transformation for this guy is very simple but also involved. So there are steps that are kind of difficult to do, but not too difficult. If you're used to transforming figures, you'll be fine with this. And of course, I'll show you guys a transformation in my next video. And again, same compliment with KSI Widow that I posted a couple of days ago. The glass or the windshields are tinted. This version, or Q, is more heavily tinted than KSI Widow, so you can barely see anything. But if you, I guess if you shine light and it doesn't reflect, you can see some parts of his hand right there. But aside from that, oops, let me fix my light first. But aside from that, the tinted windows look really well. And by the way, it rolls well as well. It rolls well as well. It rolls good as well. So really nice. And yeah, I love the alt mode. It's another reason why I'm leaning into live action figures now. Hopefully I can get more, because they're kind of expensive here in the Philippines. But anyway, let's do some size comparisons. So I'll be doing size comparisons here because they're quite big. So first, of course, we have Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, the Byway version, and we have Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime, and they scale really well together. Really good scaling for Dark of the Moon figures. Next is KSI Widow, and as you can see, they look really good together. Next to each other, they look really nice. Both really clean, real life alt modes. And of course, again, for generic size comparisons, I have SS86 Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. So my final thoughts on the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Q. So definitely beats my expectation. Sorry, I was looking for the word. So this guy beats my expectation because basically I had low standards for it or low expectations for it. Visually, it's a mess because of the dull gray color and the lack of paint, in my opinion. The accessories are lacking, but somehow it feels good when you play with it, like when you mess around with it. Transformation is well involved despite being pretty easy, and his alt mode is really beautiful. Those things really elevate this guy, and again, the playability of this, even though it's not that poseable and articulate, very similar with KSI Widow. I keep on mentioning it, but they are in that same tier where they look, they seem like they're not really good figures, but they actually are once you've played with it. So will I suggest buying this at retail? Definitely not, because I would not buy it at retail as well. But if you guys get this at a discounted price, I definitely suggest you guys give this a try and enjoy it for yourself. Like I said, I'm quite sure once you mess around with it, you'll quite enjoy it, just like I did or like I do. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you do. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.